We have all new makeup, including the new Chanel Hydra Glosses. At the end of this video, I'm going to focus on the new Hydra Glosses versus the old Cocoa Glosses. I'm going to get into some details about the formula, who I think the new ones are for versus the old ones, and whether you should rush out and buy the limited edition shades. Welcome back, everyone. So before we do a deep dive into the new Hydra Glosses from Chanel, I want to talk about some new products I have recently purchased and or received and give you some updates on those. So first, the foundation that I have on is too light for me. You probably noticed that by looking at me. You're like, wow, you look very, very pale. This is the True to Myself Natural Matte Longwear Foundation from Rare Beauty. It's good news and bad news. The good news is the packaging is really cool. I love the fact that you have this pump and then you have on the back of it, I don't see, hopefully the camera will, do you see the lock? The lock is great because that way you don't put it in your bag and you accidentally get foundation all over the inside of your bag. You lock it and it won't open. So that's fantastic. What's not fantastic is that this is shade 1. It is way too light for me. So that is interesting because when I ordered the lightest shade of a foundation, rarely is it this light. I mean, I've ordered foundations that were too light for me, but this is like, wow. So if you are extremely pale and you have a difficult time finding a foundation match, check out the Rare Beauty one because this is incredibly pale. The good news is the undertone is perfect for me. So I need to go in store, check it out, see if I can find the right shade for me because actually this foundation is quite nice. I don't usually like a matte foundation, but this is an airy whipped foundation. It's a medium buildable coverage and a skin-like matte finish. It doesn't look cakey. It actually looks lovely on my skin. And so I am gonna I'm gonna go into store and see what shade I am. I'm gonna guess a 2, maybe a 3, but if you're really pale, you need to check this foundation out. But yeah, shade 1, but I actually really like this matte foundation. So I need to get the right shade to really try it out to see how it would look on me and how it would wear, but I would recommend it. Like I really think it's an excellent foundation. I need to find my right shade. The other things by Rare Beauty that I have are the new brow gels, and I have them in the clear, which I didn't use today, and the shade Warm Brown. So this gel actually works quite well. It is it's holding those brows up there. If you have like a good brow, like if you already have, enough hair on your brow, you're not drawing in a lot of your brow, I think this is a great product because you can just easily put the gel on and they're going to stay in place. The issue I think becomes if you're really drawing in a lot of your brow. If you're drawing in a lot of your brow, I didn't draw my brows in at all. I just used the gel. It's harder. This gel is like, it's sticky, it's hard. So it's harder to draw in hair afterwards. I didn't try. I know this from other formulas. So, but if you're somebody who just wants the gel on your brows, this is a really good one. And for the price point, it's great. They're little, they can go in your purse, in your pocket actually, and they're gonna hold your brows in place. I have pretty thick hair. Some of them are white hairs, so they're wiry, and it's holding it up really well, I have to say. Impressive. So check them out. Check them out if you're just using gel on your brows. That's a great way to go. The star of the things that I've been trying out lately that isn't Chanel is this product by Rodial. It's called a Banana Lowlighter. I had never heard of this. Apparently this has been around for a while and is like, a lot of people know about it, and I was like, how did I not know about it? Maybe the reason I didn't know about it is it's yellow-ish and it's banana, so I was kind of like, why would I want yellow? I have it under my eyes, you can't tell, and like a little bit in here. It does wonders. I have not had a lot of sleep because my dogs, it's not really Ellie's fault. Ellie wakes up at 7, that's pretty normal, but Harper is like, he's gonna be 16 really soon, and he's starting to do this sort of sundowning thing. So he wakes me up between the hours of like 2 and 5, and he wants to eat. He thinks it's time to eat, and he thinks it's time to go. I'm like, okay. So I'm not getting a lot of sleep, and honestly, this is impressive. Like I don't usually use like a yellowish, concealer or anything, but this is really good. And I've also been using it kind of like as like through here and here. It's like a brightening. Can you see? I have no, you know, I have no primer on. I have no highlighter on. Look at that. So the Rodial Banana Lowlighter. They did send this to me because I would have never picked this up on my own. I'll be very honest. It's a complexion enhancer. And honestly, I don't think I'll ever be without it again. I mean, really, I mean, again, they're not paying me. They sent it to me, but they're not an ad. I'm going to be carrying this everywhere. This is awesome. Like I looked tired before I put this on. So you got to try this out. I got 2 products from Kiko during the Macy's sale. One was the long-lasting color lip marker, like the Summer Fridays. I like the Summer Fridays better. It's not that this one's bad, but it's thicker. It's a thicker marker. And honestly, I'm trying to put this on with like the foundation because I have a little bit of foundation on my lips. And it immediately does that thing where like it dries out the pen. The Summer Fridays doesn't do that. So the Summer Fridays works exceptionally well. This is not bad, but the Summer Fridays, in comparison, pick up the Summer Fridays. It's worth it. Kiko mascara, on the other hand, this is a mascara, the volume mascara from Kiko, and this actually did a great job on my lashes, but it's got this weird brush that is literally like a timetable, you know, like a hourglass. The thing is about this, if you don't have long lashes on the inside and the outside of your lashes, can you see how it like, I mean, it definitely, it volumizes and it lengthens and it does all of those things. And it's impressive if you have long lashes, but if you don't, you're gonna hit your skin with both sides of this barbell. So for me, it's fine. In fact, it looks really good. But I think that kind of shape is only going to work for somebody who has really long lashes to begin with. Just my take, but if you're looking for a really a volumizing, this will work. This is really good. And it's a great price point. But again, the barrel is so enhanced on either side that if your lashes aren't long on either side, I don't think it's going to work. So, the Dior Rosy Glow in Pomelo. These are the new shades from Dior, and I knew I was gonna like this shade. It's not that different from the other shades that I have. And if you're interested in me doing a comparison to like Candy and like the other rosewood shades, I'm happy to do that. But again, it smells like all of the other ones. I love the smell. It's this fruity vanilla. It's such a good smell. Oh, the scent. Dior, not that you're listening, but if you made this into a perfume, I would wear it. Like, I love it, especially for the summer. Anyway, the Pomelo is a great shade. Like, that's a fantastic shade. I love the smell of it. I love the formula. Still love the Dior Backstage Blushes, the new formula, relatively new formula. Outstanding. Talking about perfume, I've been wearing the Memo Paris Cabernet, whatever the heck that is. I've posted about it on Instagram. I'll put the picture here. They did send that to me. Thank you, by the way, Memo Paris. I love that scent. I have been wearing it every single day, and it's so good in the heat. It's better when it's warm, because I wore it on a couple of days here where it was still cold. Not cold. Cool. It is so good in the heat. Get your nose on it. Buy it from Nordstrom where you could take it back if you don't like it. I mean, it is so good. It's this sandalwood, musky, a little bit of vanilla. It's not too sweet. It smells like being on the Riviera. I do not know any other way to explain it. And if you know anything about me and my perfume collection, you know I am, instead of saying picky, I'm going to say discerning about my fragrances. This one is so freaking good. Let's get to the star of the show. Let's talk about Chanel. I did a live where I talked about all the new shades from Chanel, the Hydro Glosses. I did lip swatches of all of them. It's open, it's not a member live, so everyone can go see it. I'll make sure I link it so you can see all the lip swatches on it. So I'm not gonna do that today. But what I am gonna do is talk about the difference of the formula of the new Hydro Gloss, the former Cocoa Gloss, my favorite shades in the new formula, and who I think is gonna really like this new formula and who isn't. There is, I think, a focus from Chanel to create something a little bit different than what came before, whether it's ready to wear. And I'm gonna have a really interesting unboxing video for you guys with a whole bunch of tea about Chanel and why it is so frustrating and so difficult to pick up the blazy pieces and the kind of things that you might run into if you are actually shopping for them. Fascinating. I think they're trying to reestablish, in a way, the Chanel name. And so it doesn't surprise me that they were gonna come up with new formulas, but I think it's definitely a departure from what the original Glossomer was, the Cocoa Gloss, and now Hydra Gloss. I have Glossomers. Glossomers was the name of the formula when it first came out, and they are old. They are like 20 years old, some of the ones I have. You can't get those, and I wouldn't really suggest that you go pick them up because they are fine. I've been using them and they're okay, but they're mine. They've been in my, I've only used them on myself. I really wouldn't suggest trying to pick up gloss from other people because this is a bad idea. So, but I do have the newer Cocoa Glosses, so we can compare them to those. And what I find really interesting is the departure in formula. Former Cocoa Glosses, they were relying on something called a Hydra Boost Complex. It was mimosa, jojoba, and sunflower waxes mixed with coconut oil and vitamin E. It was mid-weight, it was cushy, it was kind of a plush, gel-like fluid. And then it wasn't sticky, but it definitely had some tact to it. So it was a traditional looking gloss. These new Hydra Glosses are nothing like that. And in fact, I've seen some people do comparisons to the Dior oils, the lip oils that have like some sparkle in them. And I have some of the Dior lip oils. And I would say that is the best comparison out there. I would also say they are similar to the Fenty Beauty. So if you love that kind of look, this is the lip oil from Fenty, similar kind of feel for that. It's that kind of finish. It's a oily balm. It is not really a gloss. That's why they're calling it a Hydra Gloss. It's very different. It's got ceramides and peptides in it. It has this much lighter hydration matrix, and it's thinner, it's slicker, it's like weightless. There's like nothing on your lips when you wear the new Hydra Glosses. It's kind of like a serum type of glide, and it's like a cushion on the lips, but it's not that juicy moisture that Chanel had before. I did the 804 Rose Naif shade, and I talked about that in my live. This is a shade that I call the Barbie shade that looks good on everyone. Everyone. It is selling fast. When this is gone, it is gone. It is gone off the Chanel sites already. Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom, Macy's, Ulta, I have all the links. I'm telling you guys, if you are interested in this at all, do not wait on this because you will not be able to get it later. And again, do you really want to use gloss? Just, I don't know. It kind of freaks me out. I don't like that idea. So, but I picked up a couple other shades that were favorites of mine that I do still have that I want to show you in comparison. All right, so first, this is 119, and I'll have down below if they exist anywhere, because I feel like there are some places that will have them online, but they're going fast. They're selling very, very quickly. And this is not me trying to get you to buy stuff. I'm just being honest, because I know later on you'll be like, why didn't you tell me? And then you'll try to look for it and no one will have it. And that's the thing. They're not gonna be around. That's 724. It has more of like this orange shade, which I really like. These have more sparkle to them. This one is 722, and I have a lot of 722s. I forgot the name, I'll have the numbers and names down below, but those are in, if you have the holiday sets, you'll know many of these shades. This is one of the few red glosses out there that I think had a lot of impact to it, which I still use to this day. This is 754. And then this is Melted Honey. I'm gonna use Melted Honey today. You can see Melted Honey has this gorgeous golden gloss, and it's relatively transparent. What I liked about Melted Honey, and it's in, like I said, a lot of the holiday gift sets, is it is a golden gloss. It has some shimmer to it. It has some almost glitter, but it's not, you don't feel it, but it's definitely gloss. Like it's got some thickness. It's got some plushness to it. And they were intense glass-like looks. So you have this smoothing of, like, if you have deeper lines in your lips, it kind of smoothed that over. It's thicker, it's a top coat, so it's great if you have texture. It's great over a lipstick because the cream lipstick with this type of thick gloss over it it works well. It's great over a matte lipstick, especially because you want a little bit more hydration. And it doesn't slide around because it's thick enough. It has enough tact that it's going to stay there. These new ones are more for that no makeup look. They aren't really a gloss or topper. They're more of a skincare product, which we've talked about, like that's sort of the direction. The skin barrier comfort product. They feel really good on the lips. They really do. They feel fantastic. And if you hate stickiness of any kind, if you're the kind of person like me who has long hair and you go outside and your hair sticks in your lip, like I'll do this, watch what I do here. It's gonna stay there for a while. It's not gonna, like, it's gonna continue to stick. And as I move my head, the piece of hair is still stuck to my lip. Now finally it has moved, right? But if my hair was down and wasn't being pulled back by the ponytail, trust me, it would have stayed stuck in my lip. The new formula isn't like that. The new formula isn't this sticky gloss. It is a much lighter serum-like skincare type of product. Now, when you look at all of these shades, and I am gonna put the one on I think that's most like Melted Honey today. When you look at all these shades, you'll notice a couple of things. I think the first thing that you notice is that most of these shades there's some that are a little bit more pigmented and creamy, but for the most part, these are transparent. They are glossy and shimmery, but when you put them on your lips, and if you watch my live, you'll see it, there's not that much difference between all the different shades. And especially the lighter colored shades, including the two of the 3 limited edition shades. However, because of the formula of these, I would say that there is a unique look and finish to the formula of the limited edition shades. And if you're interested, you like what I described about the formula, and you're not looking for more of that gloss, then I would say pick up the limited edition shades now, because they are limited edition. When Chanel says that, they generally mean it. And those are the ones that you won't be able to get later. And so you should get those. These are the limited edition shades. This is Fabulous, that's probably not right, Eclectique, and Superposition. This one, you'll see, has more of like an actual shade to it, this peachy kind of shade. And it is the most pigmented of the creamy pigmented of all the ones that came out. It's like a coral. I would pick that one up. It's really nice on the lips. I think it'll look great for summer. The Eclectique, the mint, I'm on my mint kick here this year, but this is a great shade because first of all, it looks just like the Dior gloss. I don't have it, but I've seen it swatched enough now with many of my friends. The Dior gloss, minty gloss, it's exactly the same. Looks exactly the same. It has this minty, like green reflect, kind of a little bit, it looks really cool on the lips. But again, it's not really a shade. It's more of a cooling, minty correction that you can put on either with no lipstick. I really wouldn't use these with lipstick. It's just my take. I would use them with lip liner, or I would use them with like the lip stains like I did today, the Kiko. The Summer Fridays is a great choice. Any of those. Or if you're using one of the the Gucci lip oils and the lip oil has worn off and it's left the stain behind, these are going to be great. I think that's more of the look. When you try to use these on top of a lipstick, the oils in these can break them down. It doesn't look as good. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying I don't think that's the purpose of them. I'm going to have to wear them with a lot more lipsticks and different types of lipsticks to give you an in-depth analysis of which ones they work better with. Now this is the Fabulous, and this is probably the closest to the Melted Honey of the ones I picked up. Again, I didn't pick up all of them, but it's probably the closest to the Melted Honey. But can you see that the Melted Honey still has more pigment? All right, so now you see it on my lips. I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna put this on so you can see the difference. Hopefully the stain will remain and the color that's left behind in the stain should be pretty similar. Here it is with the new limited edition Fabulous shade. It's just a very different, this feels like water. This feels like serum. It feels like somebody put lip care on my lips. So can you see, this is the limited edition, the new one, versus the Melted Honey. And it feels great. It feels like serum. My lips feel good. In fact, they feel better for the summer for me. Like, I would rather wear this formula. Editing Jennifer here. I don't know what happened to the rest of the footage. It's, you know what? We're just gonna let it go. What I was saying, and this is obviously a different day, and I'm actually in the process of organizing some things in my studio, so that's how I look. You know, sometimes things work out the way they should, because what I wanted to say, and I was saying in that video, was for the summer months, when it's hot, when it's humid, when it's sticky, the new formula is excellent. I'm wearing it right now. It's very comfortable, and it does look nice. Like, it looks, depending on the shade, sparkly or creamy or whatever, and it feels phenomenally good. It is a very, very expensive lip care product that gives you some sparkle or shade. Overall, they are much less pigmented than the old ones. You'll see that in the live if you watch the live that I did. You'll see that in the Chanel Gloss video that I did, and I'll make sure I'm linking these, or I'll try to. I will have a couple of comparison shots before this video ends between like old shades and new shades. The thing I think I would take away from it is, it's not a reformulation. In my opinion, this is a different product altogether. And some people are gonna love it and be like, this is the thing I've been waiting for. And some people are gonna be disappointed that their old product that they loved is gone. My hope is that Chanel comes out with actual glosses in the future that replace the old like Glossomer formula. For the other things that I tried today, honestly, I would pick up the Rodial Banana Lowlighter. That thing is really good. I'm shocked at how well that works, and I have it here. I've just been keeping it on my desk, and I'm not doing this the way I would normally do makeup, because I'm not wearing makeup today. But I just want you to see, like, that took 5 seconds. And of course, I would blend it out. I'm gonna put some foundation on, but you see how it immediately lightens up this entire area? Like, and it doesn't look tacky. It's not sticky. And I haven't prepped my face today, guys, and I'm sweaty because I'm like running around my studio. And it goes on really well. This product is really good. I don't know where I've been, but anyway, you should check this out. So let me know your thoughts. Are you loving the new Hydro Glosses? Do you prefer the older formula? Are you someone like me who remembers the Glossomer formula and is begging for that to come back? And which shades of the new Hydro Gloss, if you do love it, do you like the most? Because there's a difference in all of the shades, no doubt, but they don't show up that differently on the lip for the most part. So just be aware of that. Like, there is a subtle difference between each one, of course, but it's not so drastic as the old glosses were. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon.